What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time, I'm Love. This is Living with Love. And can you please subscribe? If you've come back, thank you so much for supporting my channel. We're growing together. We're like a family now, and I appreciate the support. Today's video is about how to overcome fear. Fear in your life, worry, anxiety, anything that makes you feel uneasy and makes you feel stuck and that you can't move forward is what I want to talk to you guys about today. I chose to do this video today because of everything that's going around us right now. Like, a lot of people are really afraid, feeling really anxious, are really worried about their future, about their life. And I myself am very worried also. And fear is something that I'm still dealing with in my life. But today I want to share with you guys 3 things that I do when I'm feeling afraid and how I overcome my fears and insecurity. But first, why should we even worry about fear? Why would I even want to talk about fear? The reason is fear is something that is very real for almost everybody. I don't think there's one person that has no fear, whether it be fear of heights, spiders, death, like scared of all of those, by the way. You know, there's always something that we're afraid of. But the reason why we have to overcome fear is because fear is a tool that the enemy uses against us to destroy us. And if we know anything about the enemy, he comes to kill, steal, and destroy. So anything he can use to destroy you, he will use. So today I want to share with you guys 3 things that I do when I'm feeling overwhelmed, when I'm feeling afraid and anxious. Prayer, 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 prayer. Prayer will always be the first thing I will always advise anyone to do, because God knows the answer. Whatever you're going through, God knows the answer. I always like to see these funny memes about a kid that's like writing math problems, and to solve the answer, he writes Jesus because he's the answer. That makes sense to me. God has the answer. He is the only one that understands what's going on. No government right now understands what's going on with COVID. No person, no doctor, no nurse, no nothing. No one understands how this virus works except for the Almighty. When you pray, you can talk to God about your fears, your insecurities, how overwhelmed you feel, your anxieties. And God tells us to not be anxious for nothing, but to pray about everything. And that is something that I live my life by. Every time I'm feeling like I'm not myself, like I'm becoming antsy, I'm becoming angry, frustrated, annoyed. Sometimes I don't catch myself and I just get annoyed all day. Then I come home and I'm like, oh man, Love, just go pray, because like your mood's not going to change. And honestly, every time I pray, I just feel this release, this tension gone, the frustration gone, and I just have a better perspective. And I understand that everything happens for a reason, and that there's nothing that I can do about the situation. When there's nothing you can do about the situation, you just have to leave it in the hands of God, because what are you going to do? You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing that you can do. So just pray about it, give it to God, leave it in his hand, and watch what happens. Like, I'm telling you, he will answer you. And people say God doesn't answer. No, he always answers. He always has an answer. Maybe not be the answer you wanted, it may not be at the timing that you wanted, but he will answer. Focus on the truth. The truth will set you free. If you're constantly thinking about the what if or the scenarios that will never happen, that will most likely never happen, you need to focus on the truth. Look, what is factual? Like, what is the facts here? Any situation, like say a presentation in front of someone, when you have to go do a presentation in front of your classroom. I hated doing presentations when I was younger. That was the worst thing you could tell me to do. Presentation, I would lose sleep over it. I was so afraid of speaking in front of people and having people look at me and judge me and all of it. Then I started thinking, what is the facts here? Facts is no one wants to do a presentation in front of people. Maybe 1 or 2 people are like keen in doing this presentation because they like to be seen or whatnot. But mostly, I don't know anyone that's like, yay, I want to go and do a presentation in front of the class. Like, no, like no one wants to do that because everyone's afraid to be judged. Don't even tell me anything else. Most likely stressing in their seats, thinking about how they don't want to be next, and not caring about your presentation at all. The only person that cares is probably the teacher, and like maybe if you're actually interested in some people in the classroom. But most people are just in their seats like dreading the time that they hear their name called to go through this presentation. This is one thing that I focused on, was the truth. The truth is, no one wants to do a presentation. Don't believe lies, don't believe rumors until you hear the truth or you get evidence or whatnot. Like, just don't even get in your mind there. So the minute I feel like I'm going overboard, like lately I've been doing that. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, lately I've been like creating scenarios in my head about certain things, and I'm just like, man, love, you need to stop. Like, you need to stop. If you focus on the facts, you should be good. Talk to a friend. Talk to a friend or a confidant or a sibling or someone that you're really, really close to. I had like maybe 1 or 2, max maybe 3 people that I used to talk to about my problems. And the reason why like you should talk about your fears with others is because sometimes it's like in your head. Most times actually it's in your head. And when you start talking to somebody about it, then it kind of makes it more like, oh, what was I worried about? I don't know if you guys ever been in a situation where you're so stressed about a situation, worried, you're anxious, you're afraid, and then you talk about it with someone and you're like, I don't even know why I was scared. I don't know what I was even afraid of. And you know, you just kind of talk it down. And especially if someone's not afraid of what you're afraid of, they can give you like tricks, tips, they can help you navigate it, or if they've overcome it, they can be like, this is how I overcome it. Kind of what I'm doing right now, just telling you guys what I do to overcome some of my fears and anxiety and stress and worry and all that stuff. Find someone that you really trust, that you know you can talk to, you can be vulnerable with, and that actually cares about you enough to give you godly advice, to help you with your situation, and to really teach you how to navigate the situation. Lastly, what I want to leave you guys with is fear is so important to overcome, because fear paralyzes you. Fear makes you unmovable. Like, you cannot move forward if you are afraid, and you're just gonna miss out on so many things in your life because you're so scared of the what ifs and the maybes and the scenarios. You're so scared that like you're not gonna want to move forward. And like I said, it's something that the enemy uses against you. So for all the people who had dreams and plans and goals, whether it was set 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 month ago, I don't want you to be afraid of your purpose. I don't want you to be afraid to move forward. I don't want you to be afraid that you're going to fail, because failure is a part of life. And without failure, you won't be able to grow. You have to be able to get past these fears to move forward, to be in a better place. Example, like when I went to the military, let me tell you how I was terrified. The first night, I literally laid on my bed and I was like, what did I do? Why did I do this? And the thing with the military, once you get in, to get out, it's a bunch of paperwork, and you still have to stay there for a couple weeks until they go over a bunch of things with you. It's worse. Graduation is much better than quitting. I was terrified and afraid, and I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, why did I put myself in this situation? Now I can't get out of the situation. I had a really hard time, but I made a lot of really good friends, and I really had the best experience of my life. Honestly, it changed my entire life. I got more confident. I learned a lot about myself, and now it's better. You know, the fear only lasted the 12 weeks that I was in basic, but now I overcame the fear, and I did a lot of things I was afraid. I did a rappel tower, had to go down this big tower, and I had no choice. I cried. I told my sergeant, please, I don't want to do this. And he was like, you're doing it. There's no way out but down. So I had no choice. I did it twice, guys. I was terrified. But you know, I overcame it. I'm still alive. I'm still here. I'm fine. So it's important to overcome your fears, and whatever God has given you to do, whatever talents you have, don't let fear paralyze you. Just keep moving forward. Think of the end goal. Like, this is not the end goal. The end goal is heaven. So yeah, we're going to be afraid. We're going to be in pain. We're going to have a lot of things happen in our lives, but this is not the end goal. This is not where it ends. Where it ends is heaven. So same thing with your situation. Whatever God has put in your heart, yes, it's going to be hard. Like making this YouTube video, hard. I hate being in front of camera. I hate taking pictures, but I've overcame this because I know that God has put so much inside of me that I can share with the world. And if I can even help one person, to me, it's worth it. And I needed to get over my fear of camera and fear of like speaking and even doing this video. I already did this video and I scratched it and I redid it again today because I think that you guys are worth it. I believe that God has given me something to share to everyone, and if he can use me to do that, I just get over my fear, then that'll be worth it. Encourage you guys to overcome your fears, as hard as it is, and I know it's hard. Believe me, I know it's hard, but overcome them, because you never know who you can help in your path, in your way. You don't know who's looking at you. You don't know what God has in store for you. He has much more for you. And if you don't let fear paralyze you and you keep going, even do it while you're afraid. Honestly, I did my whole entire basic afraid. I was crying every single day. Like if you talk to my people, they would tell you that this girl, I know she was gonna make it. Okay, she cried every day. So just overcome it. Overcome fear. Pray. Talk to your friend. Focus on the facts, and remember, this is not the end. And whatever God has put in your life, I cannot wait to see it, because I know it will be perfect. So thank you so much for watching my video today. I hope it really helped you guys. I hope it encouraged you guys. And I'm here for you. If you need prayer, please go to nowwepray.ca, put your request in, or send me a DM, Facebook message. If you know me, text me, call me, and I'm here for you guys. Honestly, like, I live to serve. That is my ultimate purpose on this earth, is to serve people. I love people. I just want to be there for you guys. I want you guys to see me as a friend, as a confidant, as a person that really cares and that really loves you guys. Whether I know you now, don't know you now, I'm gonna know you in the future. I'm praying for you and I love you. So thank you for watching, you guys. See you next time.